Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Crooked Bridge Wrestling Podcast channel here on YouTube. I'm Brian the Mark, and I'm just going to jump right into it. I just finished watching AEW Dynamite and Cody Rhodes and that amazing promo that he delivered. This was easily the promo of Cody Rhodes' career. It was one of the best promos I've ever heard in a long time. It's up there with the pipe bomb. It was a very heartfelt, emotional promo, and it had so much truth behind it that it blurred the lines between fiction and reality. And what I mean by that is the way that Cody Rhodes was emphasizing that he's worked his ass off to get to where he is, that he was once an undesirable and now he is undeniable. The way he illustrated it in some of the choice of words that he had were unbelievable. There is criticisms out there that fans have where he is a senior vice president of the company and now he is in a heavyweight title match. So that is a concern that some of the fans have. And they're saying that he doesn't deserve to have it, that he's just using his power in order to gain access to a championship match. This is something that rang really heavy on him because Chris Jericho, in his own promos, was saying how he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, being the son of the great Dusty Rhodes and the brother of Goldust. So obviously, he was going to have an easy path to success, which is something that the real-life Cody Rhodes must have heard throughout his entire life and career, especially when he was in the WWE. But for him, he was told, you know what, maybe you don't have what it takes. Maybe you're not as good as your father or your brother. Those are some huge shadows that are cast upon him that he has to try to dig himself out of. While at the same time, so this is a big thing. To be told that you're not good enough, you're not as good as your predecessors, and other people saying, oh, you're only good because of your predecessors. That must have been something that dug deep in him, and he left the WWE to pave his own path, and it has led him to this magnificent accomplishment in AEW. But it's not just him. He's accomplishing this with a ton of other wrestlers, and he doesn't forget that. That is something he constantly has to remind not only us but himself, that this is for the fans and for the wrestlers themselves. He even mentions it in that promo when he says, this is where wrestlers come to be free. That was a very powerful statement. But on top of all the other things that happened, to be told by now the fans, oh, you're only there because now you're the senior vice president of this company. It's never because, oh, you're there because you deserve to be there, because you fought hard. And when the fans started to chant, you deserve it, I mean, that another moment. There were so many moments in this promo that blew me away and just were amazing to watch and just soak in. And you can tell with the way he delivered the lines when he got emotional and he brought up his family, not just his father, but he also brought up his sister and his mother, and he almost got emotional. You really felt that this man he's pouring his heart out in this promo, and you felt it. It was very apparent, and it was powerful and moving through watching it on television. I can't even imagine what it must have felt like being a part of that crowd in Charlotte. I think it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. That crowd was amazing, and I'm very envious that they were able to see that promo live. It was definitely a moment to remember. And then he had the announcement. And the announcement was addressing those critics and saying, you know what, you think that I'm just going to insert myself into a title match? Well, here are some stakes. And he raised the stakes quite significantly by saying, if I lose this match, then I will never be allowed to challenge for the AEW championship again. That is very powerful. That is a very strong way to convey that, hey, listen, fine, here are the stakes. This is what I have to lose. This is what Chris Jericho has to lose. Now hopefully people will get off his back. But you can tell that Cody Rhodes has a chip on his shoulders no matter what, everywhere he goes. But this is something that his family thrives in. When there's a chip on their shoulders, which there always seems to be, they always find a way to shine the brightest. And this was another example of how Cody Rhodes, along with his amazing legacy of a family, was able to thrive when the critics were the loudest. And I applaud it. I applaud it wholeheartedly. It was one amazing moment to be able to watch. And I think Chris Jericho's promo package after that was perfect, because Chris Jericho's promo package was hilarious. It was a funny gag reel almost. And it showcases that Chris Jericho's character isn't taking Cody Rhodes seriously, that he finds him to be a joke, that this is all a laughable matter, and that he doesn't need to care about Cody Rhodes. He only cares about himself. He cares about the inner circle, and the inner circle are clearly vain, and they don't care about Cody Rhodes. So I thought it was perfect, the fact that he is laughing at Cody Rhodes, and the package was enjoyable in itself. This is a textbook way, like just grade A, perfect way to just build towards Full Gear. And I am fully invested into this particular storyline. I look forward to seeing how it plays out on Saturday. I'm rooting for Cody Rhodes because I would like to see him win the title for once. That's something that just evaded him everywhere he goes throughout his career. And if he were to not win this title, to never be allowed to challenge for the AEW title, it's going to be kind of heartbreaking for me, because I want to see him win the title. I want to see him with the belt around his waist, because he deserves it. He has fought so hard. He has sacrificed so much. And to see him never be a champion would hurt. But that's just my take on it. I'd like to know what you guys think. How do you feel about this match? Did that speech move you the way it moved me? Are you guys hoping he wins? Do you even care about the match? So that is something I'd like to see from you guys in the comment section. And I'm going to move on and try to talk a little bit about Full Gear. I don't really want to go too much into it, because I want to keep these very short. But, Full Gear is going to be great. It's going to have a tag team triple threat match for the tag team titles with SCU. Private Party is now involved in the match because they won their match against the Dark Order tonight on AEW Dynamite. And you have the Lucha Brothers, again, challenging for the titles. And this is going to be unbelievable fireworks, if you will. This is going to be an explosive tag team match. I expect high octane just spots. It's going to blow us away, and it could very well steal the show. Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega are going to have an unsanctioned match on AEW Full Gear. The way AEW Dynamite tonight ended, with so much going on, I mean, there was just brawls on top of brawls on top of brawls next to other brawls, and it was unbelievable. It was a little too much, but I still enjoyed it. And it got me pumped for Full Gear. It looks like chaos, and it looks like that's what we're going to get. The Young Bucks are having a match against Ortiz and Santana. That's going to be a fantastic match, and it's going to be interesting to see Santana and Ortiz in their first match against a worthy opponent in the Young Bucks. I can't wait to see that match. It's going to be fun. Pac had a match earlier on in the night against Trent from the Best Friends, and I think Trent could possibly be a very big star in AEW. The way he met the challenge in Pac, it was a phenomenal match. The crowd is clearly behind the Best Friends, and he really showed us something. I mean, he looked good against Pac. He looked like he belonged against a wrestler in the caliber of Pac. And I can't wait to see him possibly pursue a singles career, but I'm not ready to just ixnay on the Best Friends, because I love watching them. We have a women's heavyweight title match with Riho and Emi Sakura, which hopefully that match is going to, I think that match is going to be explosive. The women's division continues to get better. This week, we had a tag team match with Shana and Riho versus Emi Sakura, and I don't remember the other girl's name. It's her second match in AEW. She had her debut on AEW Dark last week, and honestly, this match was phenomenal. It was a great match. The crowd was pumped. They were into it. There was a ton of awesome spots. The women's division is clearly getting better, and I am enjoying it, and I'd like to see it continue on this Saturday with this women's championship match. I really don't know what else to say, except I cannot wait for AEW Full Gear this Saturday. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite match or what match you're most excited for. What do you think is going to steal the show on Saturday? Do you think Cody Rhodes has a chance of winning the title? Or will Chris Jericho retain? Give me your predictions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the content, like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys Saturday night after Full Gear.